Hello and good morning. This is Kelly Fullick bringing to you Family Pools of Sarasota. Coming on to the video, I'm welcoming in Max. Hi, Max. Good morning.
Hey,
We're just
hold on, I can't hear you.
Yeah, no problem. So, FloridaFamilyPools.com is a website where you can find them, and they specialize in all pool services from new construction to resurfacing, remodeling, and then, of course, your average pool maintenance. So, to keep that pool fresh and clean all year round. Welcome, Max. Thank you for being with me this morning. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Oh no, I think I
I
have you
can't
on
hear
mute,
anything.
darling. Can you hear me? We're just gonna make it a second here. Hold on. Might not have some good connection.
Okay, I can
Can
hear
you
you
hear
now.
me?
Yeah, hold on.
No
Sorry.
problem.
There we go. What's up?
How's it going? I see you're on location. You're a busy guy, so I'm
Yeah,
happy to have you on and talking about your business and we got introduced to one another because you were sponsoring our realtor events for happy hours, and introducing you and your team to our staff definitely helps, get your name and business out there. But wanted to try and do a little bit something extra, start this podcast for all the business owners within Sarasota and Manatee County, and having you on is definitely one of my top priorities. When I was putting this together, you were definitely one of the many businesses that I wanted to have on here. So thank you for being on here. And so tell me what's going on with you and your company right now.
so right now we're actually dealing with a lot of storm and hurricane cleanup, trying to help all of the customers that we've worked with in the past get back to where they were. But we sell a lot of new construction, remodel, service accounts, doing a lot of more so cleaning up than anything right now. But more so, the reason why I wanted to get with Keller Williams and yourself was to pretty much ensure and have all the realtors be able to lean on somebody that they can trust, because there's such a bad name for pool contractors these days. It makes it a lot easier if there's someone you guys can trust, and most everybody can fall off of like their realtor. So if the realtor recommends somebody, like they're more so going to be trusting to use that person. So if I can be a trusting image for a contractor, I feel like that's a great thing.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. And putting your name out there and being proactive is definitely helping you gain a lot of business and trust with us as real estate agents. And, a lot of times I don't really have a lot of new construction where, when I built new construction, we opted out for the builder to put in the pool for us because it's so limited on what you can do, and you don't really get to design your own pool. You don't really get to, to be super creative in that regard. So when it comes to new construction, as far as like not going through the builder, and I have my own experience, which wasn't bad at all. Um, i i certainly enjoyed the aspects of having the visionary that came to life for, my own private home, and it definitely helped for resale as well, stand out from all the builder grade pools that were in the area. So if you could just touch a little bit in detail about what it is, as far as the timeline getting started for new construction pools. So if I do have someone that I sell that doesn't have a pool in their backyard, but that's their goal, what does that look like time wise?
So what we do with realtors and things like that, to start off with what you just explained, is so if a realtor has a listing or anything that has no pool, we actually create a 3D rendering for you guys so you can put it straight to the MLS and kind of help them envision what a pool would look like in the backyard. So only 5% of the world actually can envision things that you explain to them. So we actually make the process easy. yourself would send us a site plan or a survey, and then we would kind of construct the pool on the backyard, what would fit, everything like that, and then you can actually put that in like an open house. You can upload it to the MLS as long as it doesn't have any logos and things like that. Helps kind of move that listing along. I've done that with a lot of different realtors along with Keller Williams. But from the process of construction after that would be, it all depends kind of on what county and city you're in. One of the keys of Longboat or Siesta, taking up to like 3 months even for permitting. But the main thing is it's a 3 to 6 week turnaround for permitting, and then after that, we finish all of our pools in under 3 months because we actually have a building software that we use that keeps
Okay.
us and all of my employees on a like tight schedule.
Okay. So 3 months for permitting and about 3 months to build.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And then tell me what is like a if I were to come to you and I say, Max, I really want you to put in this pool. Tell me what the lowest number for me to be able to afford to do that. And I'm not talking about like a spool. And for those that are listening that don't know what a spool is kind of like a hybrid spa pool where it's a very, very small pool that's in your patio space. But if I don't want to go that route and I want like a standard maybe, and I don't necessarily want to use the word standard, but like let's say I'm just putting in something that's like 20 feet wide by maybe 10 feet, something that's relatively moderate just to start out with. What would be a good range for me to
So,
consider when putting in a pool?
well, we're never gonna really consider a pool or anything like that. Like we build like larger hot tubs, things like that. But we
Okay.
always consider a pool in a backyard, even if it's a duplex, everything. So we actually do that for a lot of different builders. But a pool that our standard is usually a 12 by 24, and I always include a sun shelf on every single pool, and that's usually around 50, depending on like the size of the deck, 50 to 55 if they want a heater.
Okay. Very cool. So process to get started, like what does it take for me to walk into your office and just get started?
So if somebody were to just walk in, I have a full team of sales associates that actually work full time in the office and in the field, going out visiting, making renderings for realtors. But if you were to just walk in, one of the seven would kind of pick it up and introduce themselves to you, take you into the showroom, and they can actually, if you have your survey in hand, we can actually start constructing a plan. So with a customer coming in, they would actually come in. We design all of our designs right in front of you real time in a 3D rendering software called Pool Studio. So it's actually, like I told you about earlier, the 5% of people can imagine. So it actually visually, you see your house up on the board and you see your pool being constructed. You can move a bench here, you can move a spa here, you can do it all real time. So it forms this bonding almost between the two of my sales and the customer. It's just a trusting relationship from there on forward.
I love it. That is so original to you, and I think it's so cool. I also want to ask you about different finishes and what that looks like maintaining those finishes as well. Would I be incorrect to assume if I'm taking care of my own pool, and let's say that there's a finish like Pebble Tech or something like that. So Pebble Tech, I feel like is pretty common to use nowadays. But would I be able to damage that if I don't know what I'm doing with my pool cleaning? Like if I'm just DIYing it myself and trying to figure that out?
Yes and no. So it's pretty hard to do that with the finish. The most crucial time to take care of your finish is in the first month. So anytime I construct a pool, whether the customer wants me there or not, we actually take care of the pool for the first month to ensure that the finish and everything cures correctly. So there's no staining, no issues with it, nothing coming up. It allows us to ensure a higher quality product so we can actually, it's part of our contract that allows for the lifetime warranty. I take care of your pool for 1 month, and that's all included with the build of our pool with us.
Very cool. Very cool. So as far as the maintaining of those pools, I know you guys also have that a part of your service. So
Yep.
what is the fees normally start at?
It all it, that very much varies from the size to if there is a lot of trees, if there's a lot of cage or anything like that. So it's anywhere from like $100 to like all the way up into the $160 range.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. So how can I help you with your business? Me as far as like on the business side of things, like how can I properly set up people to come and meet with you? Like setting those
Um,
expectations ahead of time so when I hand them off to you, they're, kind of already vetted in that degree.
the main thing with us is that we're an in-house company, so that's kind of where we vary from everybody else. Instead of us being a company that's fighting for this sub, that sub, like a lot of the so I'll take a step back. So I actually started out as a subcontractor, digging the pools, doing the plumbing, doing the concrete, everything before I actually turned to start building my own pools. So I kind of know how a lot of other pool contractors operate, and they're always fighting for that one sub, like the one good sub. Like they would fight for me, and I'd be across 13 different pool contractors. Same with the deck crew, tile crew. That's kind of why I wanted to ensure like a higher quality product, something that my guys can stand behind and myself is when my guys show up to the job, it's a lot different because they're not just showing up to do the job really quick to go to the next job. They're actually staying there, finish everything completely with the highest quality because the person that's coming in after them isn't another sub. It's the guy they were saying good morning to a couple hours before. So they want to impress not only myself and have a high quality, it's amongst their own teammates as well. So it allows for a higher quality, I feel at least, and that's why we really don't have a lot of like punch out stuff, and the things we do are a lot different, especially on our decks. The most nightmare thing with any pool contractor is deck settling. So our decks actually don't settle.
Very cool. Very
Yep.
cool. So I'm going to actually request, and I know that you're located in Sarasota. And before I ask you this question, I just want to put your name out there even further. They service Sarasota, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Manatee, Charlotte, and Lee County. So if anybody out there is watching and wondering, if this is the right company for me, if I'd be wasting their time contacting them, I'm telling you, you're not. They are professional, they work great. But Max, to wrap this up, I definitely want to say I would love the opportunity to come into your office and actually see these visual renditions that you do for myself, because that is so interesting to me, and I absolutely love that. Um, what um, what availability would I have as an agent wanting to work with you guys and show what a pool would look like? Because currently I have two listings, and they're very close to the beach, but everybody is always wondering, is this okay to put a pool in? Like, how, is there anything in the way of me putting in a pool? And, I love having these conversations, but just like you added that value in the very beginning, especially for me and my business, I would love to have somebody draw up something to showcase what an amazing backyard usage space it would be. Would there be somebody that's always in the office that would be willing to do that for me?
Yeah, like I said, there's 7 full-time sales associates, so we're working around the clock with based off of all of the leads that come in. So we get a lot of leads throughout the week, and then sometimes, yeah, we do have walk-ins, and I mean, you could pretty much come in at any time, and somebody would be able to help you.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm going to be
All
leaving
of
your contact information as well as your office address in the YouTube description down below, so people will be able to find you. But is there any other information that you would like everyone to know about you and your company?
just be safe on who you really pick, because there's a lot of people out there. So if somebody, the main thing that I could tell anybody is, if somebody's telling you they're on like a 6 month to a year wait for pools or anything like that, it's pretty much because they are taking that long to build the pools. That's the most scary thing, because they're like, oh, I'm on a backlog, and then people think, oh, they're busy, oh, they're good at what they do, and that's not necessarily the case. So like, as fast as we start pools, we actually close them out. Like
Okay.
what I was saying on that building platform that we use, like I'm closing out pools extremely quick. So like, we even offer, like, if a customer has like a party or a timeline or a birthday that's, hey, I got family coming in from out of town, this, that, the other, we actually meet all those deadlines for all of our customers. That's why if you go on Google or look at our customer satisfaction, it's everything is just positive. There's no negative. We strive for customer service. It kind of is something that one of my supers helped me acquire, was customer service is the most important thing to the company.
I couldn't agree more, honestly. There was a home that I had built, like I said, and I designed my own pool. And then when when we were having to care for that pool, we had a really difficult time finding someone that was reliable. And um, you might get a little cringy at this answer, but we actually hired Pinch a Penny as our service. And
Yeah.
I swear, every single week, it was a different person that was coming to service the pool. And it was really kind of embarrassing when that home sold and we were passing on that information to the new buyer and he started using it. And then calls me about 6 months later to say, hey, I just got this bill from Pinch a Penny for the past 6 months. What is going on here? And I was like, they have really shitty service. That's the best thing that I can explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's not good. So for those that are, going to Pinch a Penny to get their own products, like, hey, hands down, do whatever you want. It's your home, but the quality of what you would find just to have someone maintain your pool is a lot harder than you think it is.
Yeah. So going on just the pool service side of things, all of my techs are CPO certified. You'd have the same tech show up at the same day. Every time they leave, all your chemicals and everything are balanced to the correct pH and everything. So it's actually safer on your skin. That's why you can get in the pool and out of the pool and not be itchy later. And it's all about the chemical balancing. You shouldn't. That's why it's very important to choose the right company. It's like, oh, this person's cheaper. It's like, yeah, but it's not the same. Like my people actually, every time they come, I make sure they vacuum out every part of the pool. They vacuum it out, balance the chemicals. It's not like they're just running in and running out. And that's kind of where people think everything is the same, and it's not. That's where quality is kind of watered down at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to acknowledge that we have also on this, we have Brittany Thien, who is in my office. She's been listening, and I just want to reach out to you to ask if you have any questions for him directly. Now, I know that you do a lot of the behind the scenes work and like setting up all these events and having people come in and speak. So I know you've had these opportunities, but I just want to reach out to you, Brittany, real quick and say, it give you a platform right now to ask any questions that you have.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm about to drive over the highway, so this is perfect timing during a panic attack.
Oh, nice.
So yes, I have worked with Max and his team quite a bit through Keller Williams, and the feedback I've received from all of the agents that have used him and referred him out to different clients has been amazing. He's also, done some sponsorships of events for us, and the crew that he brings with us or with him to the events. When he says Family Pools is the name of the company, that's what you're getting. You're getting a family company. And to me, that's the culture behind it. That speaks volumes of who they are. And their work shows it. So I wanted to pop on and just, give kudos to Max and thank him for, servicing our agents. And I don't really have any questions, but I did actually learn quite a bit by just listening in. So this has been amazing.
I love that. That's perfect. That's all I can hope for, honestly. Just bringing education and awareness to everybody on all of the business leaders that are making waves around Sarasota and, the Sarasota area. So I'm so glad that you came in. You are honestly, one of my favorite people in the office. So thank you for taking time to drop in and at least let everybody else know of your experience. So thank you.
Thanks, Brittany.
Perfect. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Max, always a pleasure to see you. I hope to see you at more Realtor events. Brittany, I'll be seeing you at the office soon, probably on Monday. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I wish you guys all the best success. Go hustle, and I'll get your name out there. So yeah, hoping to help. Anybody that's watching, if you're seeing this and you want to go and meet with Max, let him know. If you saw it from the podcast, it's a great way for us to check and actually hold ourselves accountable on the podcast and see what I need to be doing better. So if you're interested in a pool and you're reaching out to him, please just mention like, hey, I heard it from Kelly. So at least we can sort of try and track this. But anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, a great weekend. Go out there and just kick ass, everybody.
Thanks, Kelly.
No problem. Enjoy. Bye, guys.